I just want to quickly go through this because I want to give a shout out to someone that I do want to get on the show. That's Benjamin Solak. I think it's Solak. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he's now with ESPN. He was actually at the Lions training camp, and he gave like a breakdown of some situations the Lions have and his thoughts on just what he saw. Very good at breaking down the game. I will give him that. Checked out his X account, and he's a very, very knowledgeable guy.
Ball knower for sure.
And he put here with Branch, and he even said, I mean, there isn't a player here that gets consistently open against Brian Branch. The only one that can get catches on him is Amon-Ra St. Brown. And even then, they're usually contested. Wouldn't be surprised if we're calling him the best slot in football by December. Whew. That's huge. Best nickel in football by December, which, again, for people that don't think, that's 2 months into the season. This dude's the best nickel in football. So that's huge.
When we were there, he was breaking up passes. I think I put a tweet out and saying that he gave up something to J-Mo. But like even then, like you see him like he's going up against Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra every day, and he's getting massive pass breakups. We put a tweet out today of him, and people were like, "It's not an interception." It was clearly an interception. He just rips the ball out of one of the receiver's hands and just runs the other way with it. And then and it's like he's going to be an all-pro safety or nick, whatever position they put him in. He's going to be an all-pro player, and I think it'll happen this year. I know last year Justin Simmons, I compared him and Justin Simmons' stats together. An all-pro player, and his stats last season were identical, if not better in some regards. So like he's about to take a big jump, and I think I don't think the NFL is ready for a guy like Brian Branch.
Yeah, he's a damn good player. The people have spoken. Gilmore's in, Dorsey's out. I did see he won 52 to like 48 or something like
no that. Way. He was
that
is a corroded or whatever. That's a corrupt poll.
That
was collusion.
Corroded?
Dude, there was like 100 votes and it was up 70 to 30. There's no way it evened out.
Hey, never discount a comeback.
You want to recount, Boone?
You guys want to do a pizza bet on that too? Because I guarantee
the people have spoken. The people have decided.
Bet on it then. Put your money.
We already got one in for Isaac Ukwu. Don't worry. We got one live.
All right, we can do another one.
The man said corroded, though. I mean, what is it? The only thing corroded, I mean.
It's like a metal. That's on me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I get what you're saying, though, Boone. I get what you're saying. Yeah, Brian Branch, he loves, complimented him. Wide receiver 2 and 3 battle, Boone. This is your wheelhouse. He said, I walk away from camp even more worried about Josh Reynolds' departure than it was. Jameson Williams is still very up and down, which, in the depth behind him is struggling. Lions need wide receiver help badly, in my opinion. In parentheses, post-cut additions, veteran trade.
I
haven't heard anything about J-Mo.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
I won't attest to that. But the second part, the depth behind him struggling, I will agree with that.
I'm speaking my language. Said it yesterday. They need to go out and get someone. It's almost if no one stands out by Saturday, you go out and find someone. Go get Robert Woods. Go get Juju Smith. Go get someone. If no one stands out by Saturday, this is an unbiased reporter that came into Allen Park this week, and that's what he takes away from it. So you guys thought I was crazy yesterday.
That's actually kind of been out there, but yeah, Boone, you may have been on it first. Boone, that could be your first Lions jersey or your second. Get a Robert Woods if he comes home.
Yeah, Robert Woods, I'm down for, Mike. I talked about it yesterday. Bobby Trees, I'm open to. I'm open to Bobby Trees.
Bobby Trees.
I'm open to Bobby Trees. Juju Smith-Schuster, no. Michael Thomas, no.
Not can't guard Mike.
Yep, I understand. I understand. I'm assuming he can be guarded now, Mike. I'm assuming he can be guarded now. I think he's past that.
That's fair.
He's swinging at teammates. I don't need Michael Thomas scrapping with anybody else.
Guarded by a couple knee braces. Few cast. Who knows?
His knees are corroded. I'll tell you that. His knees are absolutely corroded. I don't want that. His ankles, actually. But yeah, he mentioned the wide receiver battle, Boone. We talked about it. We don't know how you feel. I'm with Mike though. I don't agree with the J-Mo thing. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I will give him the wide receiver 2 and 3. I would say that should be 3 and 4. That's probably where you're concerned. But regardless,
I agree.
Jack Campbell, he says rookie linebacker Jack Campbell was linebacker 3 last year. This year, he's the Mike and doesn't leave the field. Looks just like he did last year, huge and fast, but he's clearly more vocal. Big question mark is coverage ability, which we won't really see till week 1. And I'll just speak on what I've seen and read. And Jack Campbell is a player that I don't think anyone, I will say, I don't think it's worth like overreacting and saying like, oh, Jack's going to be bad or anything. I don't want that to be like the message. But that is the biggest thing I was sold on, and including a lot of other people with Jack Campbell, is his ability to cover at 6'5", 200 plus pounds, and his agility. He tested off the charts athletically. And now you're seeing, in practice, Sam Laporta, which again, it's Sam freaking Laporta, arguably the second best tight end in football, putting it to him. All right. Giving him work, which I'm not going to say, oh, Jack can't guard Sam. Bust, nothing like that. But I have seen that as well, Booner. I mean, we went to practice and I saw Brock Wright get him on a route, and he was a one-on-one and Brock Wright got open. So it is something to pay attention to. I think he's a guy that is more instinctual and he'll just kind of figure it out. He obviously works his ass off. So I'm not going to hit the panic button yet, but his coverage comment, it does align with what we've seen in practice. Not saying he's getting burnt constantly, but we've seen moments where Jack is, and he's human, but we see it. I mean, the guy covered. He's not Alex Anzalone yet. Alex Anzalone's a better cover linebacker right now than he is.
For sure. Well, I brought this up to you when we had this conversation a couple weeks ago. Was like the thing with Sam Laporta, or not Sam Laporta, with Jack Campbell, is he was playing the Sam linebacker spot last year. So like he's getting back into his normal spot. This training camp and these practices, and no one really realized, like, he's still trying to like go back to that Mike spot and kind of learn, like, hey, this is what we need to do. Like, this is what the coverages look like. And this is his first time in the NFL doing that in that position, because last year he wasn't in this position. So like he's going to be just fine. I think it's more so of him just kind of getting things down. And then when he does, and when that clicks, I think as soon as that clicks for Jack, the coverage, and again, it might be week 1, week 2, but as soon as it does click, he's going to be perfectly fine. And he's going to be elite because he's already an elite tackler. He's already massive, like a linebacker. It's just literally the only question is, what is he going to be in coverage? And as soon as he gets that, he becomes an elite linebacker in the NFL. And I think that's just the only thing that it comes down to. And I think like you can't like Jack Campbell will figure it out. Like this is his first offseason in that position at this level doing it. People could say Angel's good at it. Angel's been doing it for 6-7 years now. So like Jack, this is his first offseason actually dealing in that position. So he'll be just fine, Jeff. Don't. I should get like 2 or 3 passes for you when I say, hey, this is going to be fine. You can't worry about it. And you have to be like, all right, trust Booner. Check.
I trust. Hey, he's my number 1 breakout player. He was and still is.
We had the same guy.
I'm gonna stick with the faith. Okay. I see Jeff Olson was in the chat. He said you guys were sold lies. He was never great in coverage. I know 2 things. One, he had a knack for the football at Iowa, which Iowa and their defense, we understand that. But also athletically, he did test off the charts. Like his RAS score was like damn near perfect.
Yeah.
So you can't argue his athleticism, and you can't argue his eye and feel for the game in terms of taking the football away. So when you put those things together, can he stay in front of everyone? No, but yeah, to assume the guy can cover. I mean, especially a tight end. Maybe not Sam Laporta, but Brock Wright. I'm not going to overreact, Boone. I'm gonna stay like I always been with Jack, and I have faith. So I'm not gonna panic now. The dude, like Burning Issue says, he's a sociopath, and he's gonna leave dead bodies all over the field. That's a little aggressive, but he is. I get what he's saying.
Right,
all right. I'm gonna stay the course here. And he also has 2 more things. Sneaky. He wanted to put someone that impressed him. Brandon Joseph, a guy that I've loved a lot. From Northwestern. And then I think he was at Northwestern, and then he went to Notre Dame. And he talk about knack for the football. Dude takes the football away, very instinctual. He expects him to make the 53-man roster, back up Kirby Joseph. There's nothing much to add there. Big Brandon Joseph podcast. All right, we like Brandon Joseph. Gibbs, he writes, injured today, but healthy yesterday. Gets reps with the wide receivers on many pass catching drills. I'd wager his snaps and slot and slot rate is going to jump this year, which we've seen. So great. I mean, that's what we want. The man catching the fantasy purposes and for the team purposes. Because Booner, if we bring up the wide receiver core, if he's in the slot, that helps you a lot.
It's another,
I didn't mean to rhyme that, but it's true.
That was the conversation we've talked about with David Montgomery. Like, how is he going to split snaps? And we need to get Jahmyr Gibbs the ball. Shout out Klotzy. Klotzy, I know you hear me right now. Give me a smile wherever you're at. Smile for me. No, but he's smiling. But no, like when
look
you
at
do
him.
see that though, like that's where it's like the split between Demont and Gibbs. They're gonna find ways to get Gibbs the ball more often than they did last year. And like I think the carry counts maybe goes up a little bit from last year, but I think like you're not taking any away from Demont. So the way to get Jahmyr Gibbs the ball is you throw him in the slot. You could throw him, line him up out wide, put him in different spots, and let him go out there and pass some catches. And I think that's like, and I think everyone knows this. That's going to be the big increase for him this year. Is out of the backfield or catching passes.
That's like the biggest thing I've been clamoring for out of Gibbs is put him in passing situations that make sense and where he can get some space and cook. And obviously, I have been kind of stressing on Goff throwing the ball in the dirt when, last year you've seen it off too often. And then down the stretch, they kind of builded up that connection a little bit. And I think the same goes for JMO. I think putting them in positions that, benefit their traits, JMO and Gibbs having that electric speed, I think that'll obviously help out. But Gibbs needs to get the ball more receiving. I've been clamoring for that, and I think you're finally going to see more of it.